Hey everyone, Ethan and Marin here. It's been some months since we moved into our tiny house, and that got me thinking, there's a lot of things we like about it. So we'd like to share 5 of our favorite things we like about tiny house living.
And hopefully we can convince you to tiny house live as well.
Alright, to start off, obviously our tiny house is pretty small, so less space means we have less stuff. And we really like that since we're minimalists, and we only like to have what we really need to have and not other junk.
We don't accumulate a lot of things because we don't have space for a lot of things, and I feel like that's definitely not seen as much in this time. I feel like a lot of people are consumerists and we really cut down on, we only have what we need.
Very true.
I don't know about you guys, but I know for me personally, every time I'm on social media, I see some sort of advertisement about, oh, you need this will make your life so much easier, this will blah, blah, blah. And, you're always getting sold something. We don't like to consume, we don't like to buy things, and I feel like living in a tiny house definitely helps with that because, we don't have space for these things, even though that's not really an issue for us.
Yeah, it keeps us in check.
Yeah.
So number 2 is a little more obvious, but it is way cheaper. The cheapest 1-bedroom apartment in our area is over $500 a month more expensive compared to what we're paying in rent here for our tiny house. We do not own this tiny house, but our future plan is to buy a plot of land and put a tiny house on it to save up so we can build a home. But for now, this is way cheaper than any other living situation in our town.
And it's really great for us specifically because we have the freedom of the land. We can take our dog out and let him explore more. That was a really big thing when we were looking for a next place to live because we didn't want to bring him to like a little grass patch and walk him around.
Yeah, and him have no room.
Yeah. Another thing that is really great is it's way cheaper to heat and cool. We have a mini split that we showed in our tiny house tour video. And also the lights. The lights, we don't really have to turn on very many, and so it definitely saves on the power bill.
So number 3 is one that some people might not think about, but it is so much easier to keep our tiny house clean. The floors, there's much less floor space, so it's less to mop, less to sweep, less to vacuum. There's less wall area, so it's less walls to clean, less counter space to clean.
And we're the type of people, we like to clean as we go. We don't like to leave a mess behind. But when we do decide to deep clean, mop our floors, wash the walls, dust, whatever, it takes way less time to do that because it is a much smaller space.
So number 4 is we have a lot less things we have to fix and maintain. And our situation is a little bit different because we do rent this tiny house, so our landlords will fix things if they break. But even if we did own this tiny house, there's just a lot less things that we need to maintain or fix. And in my experience with people I know that own homes, it seems like they're always fixing something, there's something that broke and something they need to maintain, and that just does not sound that fun to me.
And it's really nice because I feel like our work schedules, they are often opposite or we both work a lot, and so we already don't have a ton of time to spend together during the week. But I'm very grateful that, the time that we do have, we don't really have to spend fixing things that break.
And our last reason is it allows us to get very creative with what we do with our space, since we're already limited to a small space. And when we moved in here, we had to really evaluate what we thought was important and wasn't important, such as even clothes. We had to decide what clothes we wanted to keep and not. And even important stuff like we've been trying to get an emergency supply of medicine and food. It's been very difficult to kind of try to find space for that where it's enough stuff where it's actually useful but easy to get to and stuff.
And we really have to sit and think about what is helpful for us and what is a hindrance. And, I'm really grateful for that now because that's something that we can take into a bigger home and we're not just collecting a bunch of junk.
And I run an estate liquidation business, and that has been very eye-opening with the amount of junk that people collect. You'd be surprised. Stuff that they just shouldn't have kept and it's been sitting in the attic for 20 years and then I just end up throwing it away. So that's really strengthened my minimalistic beliefs and shown me what I value. So those are our 5 favorite things we like about tiny house living. Hopefully we shared some knowledge with you if you were thinking about going the tiny house route. And in the future we will be making a video about 5 things we dislike about tiny house living, because it's not all flowers and roses. There are some things we don't like about it, but we do like it for the most part. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.